Day 102 of walking. Let's go. Yesterday was an interesting day. It was nice and cool out. Yesterday was an interesting day. This is my day off, of course. I woke up, relaxed, and then you guys saw I walked. I was able to upload immediately. I didn't have to break it into parts. I don't know why I had to do it the last couple times, or what happened to make me have to stitch it, but yeah, I was able to upload immediately. And then I just sat there. I called my mom. She said she was going to the store, and I just said something to annoy her. It's my job. She goes, "I'm gonna punch you. Like, you should punch me all the way to Hobby Lobby." And it was a joke. But then a couple minutes later, she appears at my door. I'm like, "Mom, what the hell?" So we went to Hobby Lobby. Yeah, guess what's closed on Sundays? Guess what's closed on Sundays? Fun times. So, after we both figure that out, we went to Goodwill. I did find a stretch bit in there, but I didn't find any, what's it called? I didn't find any bias tape. I just took an old pair of pants, cut out the elastic in it, because I found the ones that were like this wide, and that's what I need for her. So that's good. It didn't wrap all the way around, but I'm glad it didn't, because I learned something. Because I want it to be a latch that she actually has to put on. So live and learn, and I'm glad I lived that situation so I can learn from it. I'm just waking up. I was able to get out of the bed without daughter waking up. Put on a video just in case she does wake up. And I just started walking. Hold on. Oh, what else did I do? Let's see. I mean, I took apart the pants to get the elastic. She cleaned the dishes so that she could play. And she learned. When she was playing, she stopped early so she could not only eat, but then take a shower afterwards without me telling her. That's showing me instead of just telling me. And I love it. Very good. Freaking bugs. But I'm glad it hit my glasses, because that would have went right in my eye. That would have sucked. Oh man. What else did I do yesterday? I did D&D. Did the most damage to one of the things we were fighting. Oh. I don't know why that car was standing there. It couldn't go straight anyway because it's a one-way. I'm serious. It just stayed there. That was super weird. What else? I played some Hollow Knight. Played some Balacho. Finally got orange black deck to orange gold stake. But I can't beat it. I'm just trying to do it as fast as possible. That way I can start having fun with the other decks. Because I'll lose a lot with the other decks. But at least it'll be more fun than black deck. Because black deck is so gross. Plus he's changing how the mechanics work a little bit. And I do want to beat at least black deck before he does. That way I can say, I did it before the nerfs. Although I want the nerf because it is not fun. Man, that is not fun. There's a thing in it, it gives you -1 hand size, but black deck also gives you -1 hand size. Oh boy. When I get a card that gives me +1 to hand size, I'm like, this is nice and all, but it's too late. You better, oh my gosh. I need better jokers. Yeah, so I watched a challenge run of Hollow Knight and found out that, yeah, there's so much more in the game that I still need to do. Like, so much more. They added so much more. Dude, it's a $15 game. Calm down. You know, I do think it's great. As a consumer, I'm like, you are doing too much. It is okay. We already love you. Stop. There's enough. I'm serious. Like, if you wanted to do it for value, I'm not going to do inflation or tariffs. I hate those words. Inflation, I understand. But tariffs, I think, is now just a word people use. I'm like, tariffs only work If it's coming outside of the US, guys, most of your items are made in-house. But yeah, they do it for the tariffs. You get none of your product overseas. Your shit comes from California. Shut up. Anywho's, just because of value, like if I was playing this game and had to guess how much it cost, I'm not joking, I would have thought Hollow Knight was a $50 game, $49.99, and then its DLC was like an extra $10. I thought it would be like a $60 game. And here's the thing, I would have been okay with it. I think games should be around 40, 50 bucks. And if you want to do DLC, I'd actually hope that you really think, hey, do I want to add content that I think would make the game more fun? Or should I just save it for number 2? Like if you want to, like, hey, people really like this boss. Oh man, it would be great to add a boss battle. But if that's a little cost of money, hey dude, I'll pay for it, that's fine. Ooh, 3 deer. Like, hey dude, that's fine. This game was fun. This game is fun. I got my enjoyment of it, but I do think that bringing this would be fun. We don't, believe it or not, DLC is fine, but it has to be made after the fact. Like, hey, you're listening to your audience and are like, hey, they seem to be having fun. I got my money, because they definitely got their money. But they decided to give us more. Because when Hollow Knight first came out, it was just, the game. Patches are free because the game has to run. So if there's something wrong, they could break your system. Yeah, because the day companies charge for a patch. That company is dead. No company is going to do that because it would literally tank and bankrupt them. But adding stuff after the full game is complete, like if you make part of the whole game, pull part of it out and go, and here's DLC. Why? Why did you not just add it to the price? Because you'll complain that it's too big. But if we buy both of them, it's still too big. Also, DLC shouldn't be day one. Again, DLC should be something that is an afterthought after seeing how well your game runs. Because if you make a game that sucks, nobody's gonna want to buy your DLC. Well, if we split it, they won't know that, and we'll get our extra money anyway. Yeah, since it's a digital project, they literally lose no money off of it. If it's a physical product, sure. But digital, doing false scareties like that, hello sign, that's dumb. Like I said, they've already brought out Mario Galaxy, and then they're bringing it out again for more. Well, they haven't changed much on the original, and it's one game less, but it's more, and the amiibos cost more. Yeah, I'm ranting again. Because here's the thing, I love Nintendo games, I just hate the Nintendo company. And since I can't support the company, I'm not going to buy any more new games. I can still be nostalgic for the stuff that I have. I'm not going to be like, oh, Nintendo sucks, let me burn everything that I bought. No, that's dumb. Still, people, don't do that. You did take hard-earned money to buy these things. But like, if they get rid of their mechanic thing, I may consider, getting a game here or there. But the whole mechanic thing, that's gotta stop. And if they're sued to do so, I'm still not going to, because it was a decision that was made that made them force their hand. We're gonna patent this mechanic so that we can use it in court. But the mechanic came before the patent. Also, you let another game onto your platform that you approved that is also Palworld. Nintendo could have good lawyers, sure, but a normal lawyer should be like, hey, how you can't sue somebody for a patent that didn't exist yet. Just because you have it now doesn't retroactively go back and make it an easy win for you guys. That's not even needing the best lawyers. That's just a normal person, normal judge, and a normal lawyer that would be like, hey, yeah, you're dumb. Because whether they lose or win that case, that thing is still in place, and then they could go bully other companies, which I would love to see them try. I'm like, you do know, Nintendo, that you're the biggest company in Japan, but when it comes to everywhere else, when you try to step on somebody's toes, they're gonna beat the shit out of you. I cannot wait to open the news and just see that. That's gonna be the greatest day ever. I forgot what I was recently talking about before the rant. Right, what I was doing. Oh yeah, I was talking about Hollow Knight. Wow, that led me down a rabbit hole. I don't even think I played Silksong yesterday. If I did, I don't remember it. I was supposed to stream last night, but I'm gonna stream tonight. I'm gonna stream Observation Duty 7 because apparently, like, sure I mentioned this before, 8's coming out, and gotta get ready for that. And you know what's weird? I barely touched 7. Like, I played one level for sure because of the demo, and then when it came out, I played it, did not beat it, so I haven't even beaten one of the levels, and I think there's 6 or 8, at least 6. But here's the fun part. These games are low enough in price. And no, they're not easy cash grabs. He actually puts the work into it. He listens to his community. Oh, developers that listen to their community is great. Notice that I said developers, not producers. They are their own, well, I guess technically they are their own producers at that point. But they'll put out demos in early access, which people need to be careful on. I understand needing to collect data, but that's what a demo is for. I can understand early access if it's a multiplayer game, but there are demos where you can just make it in multiplayer. But at that point, you do need money to run the servers. So I understand that one. But if there's not enough content in it to be like, hey, this feels like alpha, you should come back, then just do that, man. You have no time limit. You're not on a time crunch. You're your own company. There's a game called Sort the Court. Not Sort the Court. I just refunded it because it was so janky. It was like a knight version of Bushido Blade, where each hit actually matters. There's no health bar. There's just, hey, you hit the arm is disabled. Hey, you hit their chest, but it wasn't a killing blow. And it's pretty much like what is it called again? I just said it, Bushido Blade, which I would love another version of, by the way. A modern version. And this is where I'm going to say it. I would pay for an updated version of a game. If you want to add something to it to make it user friendly, without changing the soul of what made the game fun, yeah. Like if they made Bushido Blade, I'm like, awesome. But they added health bars, I'm like, dude, I'm just playing Soul Calibur at that point. Because I'm gonna be honest, Bushido Blade, it's just Soul Calibur without the health bar. Bushido Blade came first, but still. Nope, Bushido Blade, you can, yeah, they would have to keep the open world thing where you start in an area, but you can run to different locations. Yeah, I love that. Man, I wish I had the skills to make Bushido Blade like a spiritual successor to it. And that's just it. Companies are just sitting on these IPs. And I'm like, dude, if you're not going to use the IP, could you give it to somebody that will use it? And then when they say no, that's when spiritual successors come out. And then they make money. Like what's a good one? Bloodstained, because we're not getting another Castlevania. And now we're waiting for Bloodstained 2 and everybody's excited. So that's great. Yooka-Laylee, which is just Banjo-Kazooie. And these are the same people who worked on the original games. They're like, man, but I want to make this game. Nope. We're also shutting down this area. Well, that's shitty. And then they make their game, and it's a hit. Because they took what made the original fun, put their own spin on it to avoid copyright. Because again, you can't, or not supposed to, patent a mechanic. If it's a core mechanic, like you developed, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, definitely patent that. But jumping, capturing animals, summoning is not something that you would invent. Also, it's starting to rain. So I gotta hold you guys like this. You know what's weird? This rain won't last long. I see the rain cloud. And it's not enough to be like, hey, there's going to be sirens. Which makes me sad. I forgot my watch today. I even charged it last night because I saw my watch now gives me notifications of when it needs to charge and whatnot. I'm like, didn't used to do that before. This is what I wanted, because my watch would dial the time, and I just look down and find out. I'm like, oh, it's dead. Fun. And then I forget to bring it. So my mom says she's going to come over and let me borrow her van. I'm like, for what? In case you need to use it. I'm like, Mom, I don't need to. Chiropractor. So after work, she's going to come over. We're going to take her home. And then go home ourselves. And then in the morning, yeah, I can actually go to the chiro. It's going to be great. So, yay, rain. It's not bad rain. Like, this is good rain to walk in. Oh boy. And I worked up a sweat, so that's good too. Ugh. Oh boy. All right, we're here. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Don't Zora Koite.